10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Is brought to you by All Pro Roofing on 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Hit it.
All right. Sports concepts and rationalizations coming your way. We call it the 10-minute drill. We do it each and every day. And then at the end of the drill beef, what do we got for the Googans?
We're going to hook the Googans up with a family 4-pack of jumbo shrimp vouchers.
That is wonderful.
Shrimp at home this week, next week. Also, one more series left in the regular season. So, opportunities to see the shrimp in action waning, but we'll have 4 tickets for one lucky Googan. And we'll also hook them up with $25 to go get their car all spiffied up at Scrubbles Car Wash.
All right, we talked about college football, and we'll give you a big old perspective from the former ACC Player of the Year, Riley Skinner. That's the Riley Report. You've all grown used to that. That begins today. That'll be straight up 8 o'clock this morning. So we'll talk a lot about this opening weekend schedule, which is fantastic, right?
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic.
I mean, it's great tonight. There's good games tomorrow, and then it's unbelievable Saturday. So it's the way it should be every week in college football on Saturdays, at least. There's no reason to ever have a bad Saturday. We've talked about that before, and it's gotten better. So hopefully that will continue going forward. But, yeah, the scheduling, when you have these out-of-conference matchups, it's as good as it gets. I love it. It's like bowl games in September.
Have you noticed the entire clunkiness of the Indianapolis Colts preseason and offseason? I mean, it's been one thing after another with the Colts.
Like what?
Well, like your starting quarterback getting hurt, blowing his foot up. Then he comes back and he's got COVID issues. The local media and fans have not taken to Carson Wentz. I mean, now, like, there's this one dude who we know can be very negative and pointed, but Greg Doyle, remember him from CBS Sports?
Sure I do.
He's now a columnist at the Indianapolis Star, and he just raked Carson Wentz over the coals. Basically told him to get out of town.
Why?
He's the most selfish player he's ever heard. Apparently, he's not vaccinated, and so if you're vaccinated, you're allowed to pass condemnation on the unvaccinated without, in this case, maybe full knowledge of why he's not vaccinated. But according to Greg Doyle, that is he's basically a murderer walking around the streets of Indianapolis. But either way, it's become a bit of an issue. I don't know if you saw the Colts GM yesterday having to weigh in on the vaccination status and what guys are. And T.Y. Hilton has now got a broken back. He's going to miss at least 3 weeks as he goes on the IL. They've had as many or more COVID issues as any team. I believe I saw they're the least vaccinated team in the league.
Okay.
And they've had injuries and other personnel issues that have just made the entire offseason kind of clunky, which as a division rival
Would
of
you
the Jags,
describe our offseason as clunky?
I don't think it's been clunky at all.
You don't?
No.
Okay.
There's been a clunky media narrative about it. They've taken any and every decision that the new coach has made, and they've positioned
How is that different from what's happening in Indy?
They have
you got a guy attacking somebody. That's a media narrative. Isn't it?
I'm talking about. I'm not that. That's just a sidebar of that. The clunkiness is that you haven't had your starting quarterback on the field at all for 6 weeks. That's the clunkiness.
I believe we're also one of the least vaccinated teams.
Yeah.
So that also factors in here, right?
I'm talking about what their GM said. I don't know. Well, I guess
saw Adam
could.
Schnipner say yesterday we were at 84% or whatever.
Right. Which is a lot.
Like I said, I don't care.
Yeah.
They can. It doesn't matter to me.
Well, right now they have 7 players in the COVID protocol. We have none. Right?
No,
unless A.J. Cann is at the tail end of his.
A.J. Cann is in the protocol. Josh Allen just got off the protocol.
But he's not in it now. I mean,
right, yeah.
We got a game in 8 days is the point. I mean, if you're the Colts, your starting quarterback is in the protocol.
Yeah.
And, and
how long is the
other
protocol?
Players. I think it's 5 days maybe.
5?
But maybe more than that if you're unvaccinated. I'm not sure. Not sure what the –
Just the whole
that they've allowed it to be. I would almost rather, whatever your feelings are on it, mandate it. And then you can decide, okay, I'm opting out until I don't have to. Because this nebulous up in the air – they're not giving anyone. Listen, this idea of free choice is a joke. None of these guys have free choices. They don't. If they don't, they're being severely punished for that choice. That's not a free choice.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's that way in many different industries, by the way.
Sure.
Not just the NFL.
Correct.
I mean, like I said, I think I said yesterday, or maybe I didn't. Leiter and Smoltz.
I saw Bob Boone said, now quit.
They kicked Leiter and Smoltz out of the MLB Network
Bob
studios.
Boone is like the assistant GM or high vice president, whatever, of the Nationals. Like, no, I don't need this. No.
Yeah. It's interesting how it's going
I guess.
forward. But if you're suggesting maybe the opportunity is there for the Jags to sort of compete with the Colts, good. That's great.
Listen, ideally, if you're the Colts, you're introducing a new quarterback who didn't exactly leave his old spot with the most glowing of reviews. You'd like to have a full, consistent offseason. That's all I'm saying. I guess the end here is I would expect the Colts to not win as many games as anyone might think they're going to win.
Okay.
So whatever the over-under is, I think all of this adds up to losses that may not have been losses had it not been.
That very well could
as
be.
quote-unquote clunky
Who
as
do the Colts open with? Seahawks.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, they host Seattle.
All right. Hopefully. Oh, they go Seahawks, Rams at Titans. Maybe
Yeah,
the Colts will do like they did that one year when they started like 1-5 and then don't come back. Like remember that one year? Didn't Reich's first year they go like 1-5 or something and then roar back into contention?
Yeah, something like that.
Maybe because they go Seahawks, Rams. Those are two toughies. Then at the Titans. That's a huge game. Then at the Dolphins, at the Ravens. That's a good start right there. We could get a little 1-4 out of that.
Sure, and the Jags, meanwhile, have a schedule set up to they
Be
could be
3-1
or 2-2.
Come out of there smoking.
That's so much. We're going to learn so much, aren't we? Our overall projection of the season is going to be really affected by what we see in that opener because Houston is no good. Like if the Jags were opening against any,
but I mean it's the NFL. You can't sit there and hope.
But we will, right? We will.
But you can't sit there and say, "Well, we should win by 31-17."
Win the game. I don't care if it's ugly. Win 13-12.
Oh yeah.
And we'll be excited. We won the game. This is what it's like to have a quarterback, Dan.
Right.
Even if it's 13-12, you're not producing. There's just an aura about that team, and I think it sets up that scenario a lot more if you're opening against Houston or the Jets, or one of the bad teams. Mm-hmm. Right? Because you could open against a good team, and if you didn't win, it's not going to affect your overall vision as much. If you go lose to Houston, we're immediately going to say, ugh.
Yeah. And again, it's quirky NFL opening week, so you can't read too much to it. Speaking of the NFL and the AFC South, it's apparent. And I think, again, Houston has screwed up a lot of things, obviously, but I think they're handling the Watson thing right.
I don't know what else can they do.
Yeah, I think they just wait. And, you get – and John McClain said this, and he's adamant that Deshaun Watson will never play for the Texans.
Yeah, he's changed his mind on that from the beginning.
Has he? Well,
I think we all have.
I agree with that, don't you?
He's
not
100%.
Yeah,
I don't think Houston wants him.
Did you see what they list him on the depth chart?
Fourth string.
No, not even. It's like it says
long snapper.
No, it's quarterbacks, but it's like first team Tyrod Taylor, second team nobody, third team Davis Mills, other Deshaun Watson.
Oh, good. That's what he deserves.
But anyway,
show no commitment to his organization. So.
Oh, I get that. So anyway, I think obviously they have to pay him depending on what happens too with the suspension. I would suspect, and McClain says this, and I would agree with him. I imagine that Watson will never take another snap with the Texans. He wants out. They want to accommodate him, and will when somebody makes the GM the offer he wants. I imagine his best chance to get what he wants. Close to the 2022 draft.
What a
and I would agree with that, right? Don't you think around that point?
What a bonus. I mean, I don't mean to take away from any of the seriousness from this situation. Yeah. What a bonus for Houston, though, that Deshaun did this to tanked himself, tanked his reputation. It makes it easy to get rid of. It makes it now that you don't want to keep him. Before, without all that.
It would have been a debate.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it would have been a huge deal. Correct.
Yeah.
And now, no, I can't keep this guy. Look at him.
Right. That's true. In
so
that respect,
he kind of did him a favor to that end. And it's going to be an interesting experiment. Can you just continue on no matter what else has gone on in your life or injury or otherwise? Deshaun Watson walked away from the game and into this trouble as literally one of the best 2 or 3 quarterbacks in all of the league if you look at the production. What he's done running and throwing combined, what he's done at 4,000 passer a number of years. I mean, he's done things that quarterbacks have never done, including some of the greats.
Yeah.
But now he's going to have ended up sitting out a year. He's going to gone through this ringer, and trust me, life for Deshaun Watson was a nice guy who very rarely faced hostility.
That is odd. That part is.
Well, my point is that the reaction to him around the league is going to change, and based on he's now gotten the way grumpy,
he handled camera.
Handling the camera. I don't know if that's that could be a big effect on him as well.
Yeah, it's. Whoever trades for him, there's a little
risk.
There was no buyer beware before. It was like, do whatever you do to get this guy. But now you got to kind of weigh that out. And I think once the Dolphins realize they're not getting him this year, that's when Flores could tell the team,
Yeah.
Tua's my guy.
Yeah.
And he will be his guy for this year.
Yeah, for this year.
And then if it goes south, guess what they're going to do?
Well, that's another quarterback with a lot of pressure on him. I
Lot
mean,
of
Tua's got a lot. Because here's why. You look at the year that Burrow was going to have, that was off to, the year that Herbert had, and all of these rookie now it's just preseason, but they're all playing to rave reviews.
Right.
Like any of these teams, if you went to them and say, hey, would you rather have Justin Fields or Tua? I'd rather have Fields. Would you rather have Zach Wilson or Tua? I'd rather have Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
Would you rather have Trevor or Tua? I'd rather have Trevor.
Yeah,
a
Tua-
year ago, it was take for Tua.
Yeah, Tua's down the bottom there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's he's got to show something.
And, like, what would be acceptable? Like, does
Playoff, right? You got to have a
Didn't
good 4,000-yard passing playoff year,
Did
don't
you say
you?
Miami was 10-6 a year ago?
Yeah, that's what I
And
think.
didn't make it?
It didn't make it.
So is it he can go 9-8, but if they go to the postseason,
I think so.
it's okay?
Right? I don't care
what about
my
his
record
numbers?
is. I think you got to be a 4,000-yard passer in today's day and age, and they added weapons for him down there. They went and got Will Fuller. I'm not
What
saying
if
they're
he
great. You got
throws-
Devontae Parker. He's still got that.
What if he's still that,
underneath 8.7 per target kind of guy?
And what if he throws like 22 touchdowns with 13 picks?
I think he's also got more mobility than he was able to show last year, still coming off that injury. I think
Maybe.
Tua can also do a little Russell Wilson too.
Yeah.
No, I don't think. Then you've got a Bortles situation on your hands. You're winning despite a quarterback you don't think can help you win at all.
I think that's a great storyline to watch,
Yeah.
though, Tua this year.
I'll root for
How
the
he-
kid. I mean,
he's a great
it's
kid.
just
Good person.
We love to root for the almighty to fail. I mean, that's what American sports fan has become in a
I
lot of
hope
regards.
Not always.
But so we'll see how Tua holds up. Listen, it says something that you need that pat on the back from your coach. You're a professional athlete. You're an alpha male quarterback. Do I need my coach to stand me up in front of the room and say, this is our guy? It feels almost contrived to me.
Well, a little bit, but we'll see. And they open with New England and Mac.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
a
right.
great opener for both teams. One of them's gonna, and I wouldn't be surprised. Who would you take in that game right now, Miami or New England?
I would take New England.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it? And it's in Miami, isn't it?
I believe it is. I believe they open in Miami, yeah.
But you would take New England.
I don't think
I
Miami.
think I would too.
I don't think Miami has a home field advantage. I really don't.
And I don't think.
I don't think that game matters where you play it. I mean, maybe it will.
Oh boy, could you imagine that though? If they lose that game, that's the NFL, man. That's why it's crazy. The NFL
I mean, I got to be honest. A lot of things. I feel like and maybe I'm on an island here.
By the way,
do you
Miami,
not feel
no,
a lot better
it's-
about the New England Patriots and their ceiling than you did 3 days ago?
Yes.
And isn't it strange that releasing an MVP Super
Yes.
Bowl quarterback and replacing with a rookie leads to those feelings?
But I just get the feeling they're going to go back to like when Brady was a young guy, not comparing Mac to Brady, but run the ball and play great defense.
Yeah.
They added some really
Yes,
good pieces
I know
that
they
people
did.
haven't talked about, like the Judon guy from.
And they also got guys that didn't play for them last year back.
yeah, I
I'm
think
going to ask you a question straight up. Who wins the AFC East?
I think Buffalo deserves to be
I-
the favorite, but I wouldn't.
I may pick the Patriots.
I wouldn't.
Now, I say this
Say
with the
you're
knowledge that I'm out of earshot of Buffalo Tom, who's on an Alaskan vacation.
Oh, good.
Remember, he had to I outed him on his birthday. He didn't
Yes.
appreciate it. He had to go all the way to Alaska just to get away from the
Fanfare.
Oh, by the way, speaking of birthdays, you said your lovely daughter's birthday is today. And I've gotten a email in from Guggen Danny,
Oh,
the former henchman.
I do remember.
For the
protected us well back
our,
in the day.
Our security
Yes.
when we need it, and
Yes,
and
the
still
detail.
and probably would still be willing to offer that
sure.
for us.
At a cost now, though.
He has a little daughter, also birthday today, 13. So
Shout out.
shout out to her.
Yeah. Don't worry, Danny. In a blink of an eye, she'll be 29, and you'll be going, dang, what
I know.
happened?
Trust me, we're all
at
over.
New England for the opener, by the way.
Oh, so
which
yeah,
further-
I would say that for 100% New England.
And then the Dolphins play Buffalo at home, and if they're staring at 0-2, there's going to be it's going to be Panic City down there. Oh, it's crazy. That's why the NFL is the king.
Take me down to Panic City.
That's Paradise City.
I'm sorry.
This is Panic City, where the Dolphins, where the fans are green and the girls are pretty.
Where the fans are mean and the teams are.
Take me down.
Oh, we can't say that. It's a family show.
Then they go to Vegas. Man, but it's the NFL. There's pressure on everybody. We sit there and we say, this guy's under pressure, this guy's under pressure. That's the NFL. I'd like to give a shout out to my ball club. We lead the league. 2 GMs now will be out of work here in one season as we continue to just be a disaster every day, something new. I mean, it's an absolutely incredible, exhaustive process being a fan of the New York Metropolitans. Our GM went to the owner's house for a charity function on Monday night, a Mets off day. A lot of players, a lot of upper management. Goes to the owner's house in I think in Greenwich, Connecticut, leaves there about 9 o'clock, and gets arrested at 4 a.m. for DUI. What in the hell? And this is the same GM who just 3 weeks ago sat there and scolded the players and told them they had to be accountable and make sure
That's
they
not accountable, is it?
followed the protocols that they had for them and the plans and that some of the injuries are on them for not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Oh, boy. Well, good luck in your next endeavor, sir. Holy cow.
Is it not worse? Is there any culpability on the owner for having a soiree where
It was
GM
a charity.
can leave drunk?
No,
No?
he left at 9 o'clock. He got arrested at 4 a.m. To me,
Oh, so he went somewhere
somewhere.
else.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that part.
Yeah.
I didn't know that part.
So I don't think it's...
I didn't think. By the way,
Yeah.
I would say no to the question. I'm just asking
Yeah.
you as a Mets fan.
Yeah,
Is that
no.
on your owner at all?
No, not that I see, but
Ah,
yeah, unless they were doing, fireball shots and he flipped him the keys. I mean, there's just so many different options now with drinking and driving. And so one thing we teach our kids, and it's just ridiculous. But anyway, it is what it is. We'll see what happens today in Metland. It's just, oh my goodness! I saw a couple things. The Dodgers are now in first place in the West.
yeah, the couple of
And
sweeps did that.
They have 3 games with the Giants this weekend. So
Yeah, listen, there's a part of you as a Braves fan that it takes some stock in. I mean, that was a hard-fought series.
Yeah.
And every one of those games was was decided late. There were one-run games that were back and forth. Their bullpen, incredibly better than ours.
Yeah.
And their starting pitching is better too. But Morton and Fried pitched great. So at the end of the day, though, it's a bottom-line business. They lost 3 in a row. Mm-hmm. The lead is down to 2. And I don't want to tell Braves fans, I don't want to side-by-side Braves fans the Phillies schedule and the Braves schedule.
Yeah.
For the Braves to win the division, Dan, they're going to have to go 6-0 against the Mets and Phillies in that last week in Atlanta. If
You
they
think
do
so?
that, though, yeah, I think that Philly will probably have a small lead when they come to Atlanta that week. Their schedule's brutally easy, man.
the schedule is
It's just a joke.
well, it's not.
I mean-
That's how winded up.
Well,
It's not a joke.
They
It's-
played the same teams.
Yes.
I think it may be some indication of what Major League Baseball thought the Phillies would be. You typically try and give a somewhat balanced schedule.
Sometimes you get. I forgot what I was going to say, but yeah. Sometimes you get teams at the right time and the wrong time.
That's true, too.
And I noticed, like for the Mets in the first half, we kept getting teams at the right time, or you just luck of the draw, you miss their ace somehow.
Or two of them.
It just keeps happening where you miss their ace, and then other teams. It seems like every time you turn around, there they are. And so it'll be interesting, but definitely a decided advantage schedule-wise because we looked at it yesterday.
I mean, it's not
for
decided
Philadelphia.
doesn't do it justice.
Yeah.
The Philadelphia Phillies have a layup every series except for the Brewers and the Braves. Every other team on their schedule is the Rockies, the Marlins.
Because
the
you
Nats,
guys
the
have
Pirates.
4 in Colorado, which if you just look at the records, you go, oh, easy peasy. But
No.
remember, we
Second
chronicled
best-
Colorado's home record.
Second best home record in all of baseball.
Yeah.
So no, that's theoretically as hard as playing the Dodgers, although I would believe that. But they've got 4 at Colorado. They better not dink around out there and come back 2 games down because that schedule will run them down here if they're not careful.
The Phillies are in the middle of a series with Washington. Then they go to Miami, but then they have Milwaukee. They get Colorado at home, though. They got the Cubs, the Mets, the Orioles, and the Pirates.
The worst of the worst,
Yeah.
except for the Mets. I mean, the Mets could beat them.
And you come to New York, you'll be rooting hard for the Metropolitans.
100%. Yeah.
I may
100%.
tell
Especially
them-
after the concession. I mean,
I may tell them to throw the
go
series.
Mets, win every game.
I may put the
What
word
the
out.
hell, man?
Throw the series.
What's wrong with
Just
you?
throw it.
No competitive zeal.
No, not.
Doc Kevin Murphy is in studio with us, so we'll talk about the injuries around the sports world when we return. That's coming up next. It's Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday on the drill. But with the 10-minute drill comes the opportunity for you guys to take home a prize pack. Beef, tell them what they won.
I'll take call number 2 right now, 641-1010. Going to go home with a 4-pack, I should say, family 4-pack of vouchers to go see the Jumbo Shrimp in action at home at 121 Financial Ballpark. Homestand going on right now. And you'll get a $25 gift card to use over at Scrubbles Car Wash. So call now.